general and love monthly reading for March 2019. Before we get into your reading, I want to make a few announcements. There are some new developments on my channel. There is a join button now at the bottom of all of my videos where if you are interested in becoming a sponsor, you are able to get some awesome perks, get access to exclusive content. Also, I have new developments with my merch. As you can see, all of the Zodiac hoodies are fresh in. So you can check that out at teespring.com/stores/Lotus Designs. So not only will I be doing monthly readings, I will also continue to be doing the live daily readings. Now I noticed that since YouTube does not notify people when you subscribe, guys, make sure you hit that notification bell because whenever I go live, whenever I upload, you will immediately receive the notification. Every morning I do that between the hours of 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. Central Time. So guys, be sure to try and check me on my daily readings. I also offer one question for $20 if you guys are interested in that during every single live stream. Now, the other announcement, I have some other new developments. I mean, we just got a whole bunch of new things in the works this year. I love it. I started doing a narcissism series. I have the first two. The first one is called Defeating the Narcissist. And the second one I have is Narcissist Love Triangulation, as well as doing vlogs, stepping into music, but one thing at a time. With the vlogs, you guys can also check out, it'll either be here or here. You can check out my first vlog. It is called Vlog Day 1, A Day in the Life of Mistress Lotus. Absolutely a good time. I had a great time editing it, shooting it, so I definitely think that that's something that I'm going to add to my channel as well. And I want to go ahead and give a big shout out to all of my supporters. Thank you so much to my sponsors. Thank you so much to those of you who have donated. And of course, thank you to each and every single one of you who like, comment, and share these videos. Now, let's go ahead and get into the reading. Capricorns, I already know that we are like the butterfly. Metamorphosis is taking place right now in our lives. And finally, it seems that we are getting a break from all of the obstacles, the opposition, the conflicts and challenges that we've been faced with over the course of, the entirety of our lives. So things are starting to look a lot better, and I'm so excited to see what we have in store for you guys. So let's go ahead and ask of the cards. Gods and goddesses, please give me a Celtic cross spread, please, for Capricorns, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs from now until the end of interesting March. So we have a card flipping in the middle of the deck. There we go. We'll put that down there. At the heart of the matter. Ooh, I'm liking it. I'm liking it, Capricorns. We're starting off to a good start. I'm telling you. So cycles are completing, but we are receiving so many blessings. Money is raining down upon us. It is flowing with ease. Let me fix my little choker, y'all. We can't do that. We got to get aligned, right? Yes, money is coming to us. Check this out, the Ten of Pentacles, absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to start showing you guys the cards as well as I do the readings. That way you guys can see the spread and how it's laid out. But this right here, I'm telling you, this can refer to, not just wealth and abundance, but this could refer to stability within the home. You are receiving whatever you need financially to not only take care of your bills, but even some spending money. I also see relationships on the table. For some of you, it may even be marriage. And I see that within our home, there's so much that we are accumulating, so many different opportunities, and just a flow of prosperity is just coming in just with ease. I love it. Now, I definitely feel like as we are completing cycles, right, as certain doors come to a close with those from our past, we will realize what we need to do to move past that in order for us to continue to receive our blessings, right? we are going to continue to receive our blessings. But in the matters of the heart, okay, this wants to come out. In matters of the heart, there is something that we need to really, 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 really analyze, observe, and we need to make a major decision to close the door. You know, with that 10, wow, see how that comes in. Okay, so even your advice so far, Capricorns, says it all. And we're going to get into it. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck here because I feel like these are ready. Just like we are. We're ready to start new. We're ready for big and better things. So let's get to your reading. Let me go ahead and line this up right for you guys really quickly so you guys can see everything. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Now let's see. Okay, let's line it up. Here we go. Let's bring it on down. Okay, so we're going to start with the one at the bottom of the deck. I'll move this down for you guys so you can see everything. Okay. Now, as I stated before with this 10 of Pentacles here, I mean, money is just, I'm telling you, it's showering down upon us. There's so many different opportunities that will be lucrative for us for the month of March. And noticing this wheel reversed, there could be something karmically that we're still working through. We're still finishing up here. But towards the center of the month, I feel like we will have completed certain karmic cycles that no longer need to be in our lives. We're finally walking away, and it may be sudden and unexpected to you or those around you when you make this decision. There could be some relationships where the wheel is not quite turning in our favor, and this could have a lot to do with people from our past. I mean, this could also have a lot to do with job offers. This could be certain opportunities where we're trying to create the abundance and the prosperity that we need. But with this Queen of Pentacles reversed here, I feel like there's just an imbalance between work and home. So you could either be spending a lot more time at home than you are at work, than you have been in the past, or vice versa. You're spending more time at work than you are at home. So it doesn't really leave much time for you to get maybe some things done in the house or some things done, you know, regarding your projects outside of work, things like that. It could have a lot to do with a missed opportunity here, where the wheel didn't turn in your favor in regards to going to an interview or being offered a position. And I also see here, you know, someone, the Knight of Wands is a fire sign. So this is an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And this is someone that is very scattered. This is someone that is very in and out of our lives. They are very hot-headed. They move very quickly. They're very impulsive. I feel like this person is just about one-night stands. There could be even some canceled travel plans with this type of person or with this sign. And this could just be in reference to if you were planning to move somewhere new. You may have decided that it's best if you just go ahead and not move forward with that. I even see the Ace of Chalices here in the reverse, and you see how the Lotus is reversed. It is not blooming. Things are not blossoming here. And I feel like this is someone from our past, because I even see the Six of Chalices here in our challenge position. This right here refers to us turning down new love offers due to us feeling emotionally drained. There could be someone that's drinking or that we were drinking with, where things just weren't blossoming. I feel like this also has something to do with someone from our past or people from our past where they have been blocked off emotionally. I feel like they just don't have the love to give that we deserve. There could be someone from our past where, you know, either they're having a hard time getting over us, or this could be vice versa. And so it's leaving us feeling emotionally and creatively blocked due to that. But I do see that we will be completing this here. Our challenge, though, is reuniting with certain people from our past that have no business being in our present, nor do they have any business being in our future. So we could have issues with being stuck in the past. trying to relive some, some part of our lives, whether it's in our heyday, our childhood. We're trying to rekindle something that doesn't need to be rekindled. And this has a lot to do with us confusing temporary people for permanent ones. So regardless of our history, regardless of who was a part of that, we don't need to bring people along our path of destiny that was a part of our history, period, point blank. Six of Wands reversed, I feel like there's a lot of ego clashes, and I feel like people's attitudes are starting to change. Your paradigms, your belief systems, it is shifting for the better. It's just we're having a hard time letting certain people from our past go, or vice versa. There could be someone who has fallen from grace. They have fallen from their pedestal here. And this has a lot to do with the fact that they are very egotistical. You guys could be feeling like maybe certain people from your past, it could be family members, it could even be job positions and just people in general where you're starting to feel like you're not getting the recognition that you deserve. I also feel like there could be some money that, we'll stumble upon towards the end of the month that we were not expecting, that will come through to help us and provide us with this abundance here with this 10 of Pentacles in the heart of the matter. But this right here, I feel like someone's insecurities is getting in the way of their progress, or someone's insecurities from our past is preventing this cup from being turned upright. This Seven of Pentacles reversed. I mean, this has a lot to do with certain relationships where we're not getting a return on our investments. This is a situation where we're doing all the giving, or someone else could be feeling this way. But since this is crowning you, I feel like we have been doing all of the giving. Someone's ego and insecurities continue to get in the way, and we keep trying to reunite with people that have these issues, yet we end up feeling like, we're not able to be healed. There's a lack of healing, a lack of understanding because of someone else's egotistical behavior and insecurities. We could also be contending with a lack of confidence. If we are waiting for a promotion, there may be word where we may not get the results that we were hoping for. There could be an issue where something where we're trying to establish long-term security may not come to fruition in the way that we had hoped. But relationship-wise, I definitely feel like there's a lack of healing and a lack of understanding between certain people in our past, and it's just creating this unhealed energy, and we're unable to move on from this. It could have a lot to do with the fire sign here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, where, this person could be what's causing all of this BS here, with the insecurities, the ego, stuff like that. It could have, it could be in reference to, signs in their chart or just signs in our chart. I also see with the Seven of Pentacles reversed, there could be some of us where we are entrepreneurs with that King of Wands here. We're working hard. We're able to delegate tasks accordingly. We are, improving our managerial skills when it comes to managing our time, managing our finances, managing our business. But again, we may feel like we're not getting the recognition that we feel we deserve. Maybe the money that we're putting into certain endeavors is not working for us. We're putting in our money in things that do not make our money work for us. Now, I also feel like there could just be a manager within a company here where you were awaiting a decision regarding this promotion here, and you end up feeling like this person who is a supervisor within your company is not really acknowledging your skills, acknowledging what you provide. They're not acknowledging your value within their company. So you could be feeling a little bit insecure due to that as well. This could also have something to do with the fatherly figure, where you just feel like there's certain family members, but especially a father as well for certain people out there, that they're just not really putting in the legwork. So basically, we're working to maintain certain relationships that do not fulfill us emotionally. It just leaves us feeling blocked. And we're blocking our blessings in doing so. Now, the advice is the Three of Swords. So there could be some third-party situations going on here, and that's why, in references to a fire sign, that could be why we feel as though we're not getting the recognition or the attention we feel we deserve. They're not putting in the same effort that they were before. Now all of a sudden their attitude has changed. So they're really wishy-washy. And the advice here is to let it go and to separate yourself. If they cannot appreciate your presence, then make them miss you with your absence. This could hurt our heart. This could hurt our hearts. But at the end of the day, once we separate from people, places, and things that no longer serve our higher purpose, we will be able to receive our blessings tenfold without any more blockages. Now, external to us is the Two of Swords reversed. So this is all about making decisions in reference to reunions. You see the truth to those around you, and you see that it's time to make the hard decision to let it go. We may be indecisive about how we should move forward because we would love to reunite, but someone's behavior, someone's attitude is just not a very cooperative energy with that desire to reunite, right? And so there's a lot on our minds. This could be a lot on your mind, Capricorn, as well as those around us. And I just feel like there's just too much to sift through. So we need to find a way to clear our minds with all of this. That way we can have a better sense of direction on how to move forward. But with the world here, I also see some more signs involved outside of fire. So we also have Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus, where we may be feeling as though there's a lack of closure here, or they may be feeling this way towards us. And there could be some canceled travel plans. There could be some canceled offers here that we did have on the table for us. And I also feel like there's just a lack of success. We're fearing that we won't be able to complete the cycle. We're fearing that we won't be able to have the success that that we're striving for, especially for those of us that are entrepreneurs and trying to get our own business off of the ground. We could be getting limited amount of resources. And I just feel like, the lack of closure could be feeding our fears as well. So we need to find a way to give ourselves the closure by separating ourselves from the madness, allowing ourselves to feel the pain, to grieve, what have you, and then just move forward with our lives. But there are some third-party situations where we start to realize that we're not receiving a return on our investments. And so we decide to leave it behind. Now we have the King of Swords, which ties it all up. Okay, King of Swords, we have some air energy here. Now, it may not be the Aquarius here, but it could be where we're receiving communication from this person, or we are reaching out to another air sign, Gemini and Libra as well, and we have decided to sever the bond here. This could be all signs involved in this sign where we finally decided to sever some bonds here. We speak our truth. We use logic and reason rather than, letting our emotions cloud our better judgment, and we decide to cut the fat away and focus on only the relationships that uplift us, support us, and give us the love that we deserve, right? So, with that being said, I definitely feel like, we will be wielding our sword to cut away anybody who does not align with our higher self and our higher purpose. Now let's go ahead and clarify these. Ace of Cups reversed. So we have the Two of Wands reversed. So fearing the unknown and holding on to people from our past is definitely something that will be blocking our blessings. Even if we're just merely talking to them through messaging. We need to cut the communication all the way off. We need to cut the interaction all the way off. But because of our fears of the unknown, we may be more delayed in making that decision that we know we need to make. You may be feeling like you're just not making progress with people from your past. And I also see with the Judgment at the bottom of the deck, this actually came out in the daily reading for February 25th. I feel like this may have some relevance to you guys, so go check that out. With the Judgment card here, I really feel like, we're having to make major decisions to remove certain people places, and things from our lives for good. And within doing so, we decide not to reunite. We are able to experience rebirth in our lives. We're able to accumulate the wealth and receive the blessings that is meant for us. Ten of Pentacles. So we have the Prince of Pentacles. So slow and steady wins the race. I love how it's clarifying the Ten of Pentacles. Take our time. We need to take our time. This is someone that builds roots. That way it is long-lasting stability. So this has a lot to do with money, home, and even our relationships. So we're weeding out anything and anybody that prevents us from establishing the stability that is coming to us. I also feel like we could be dealing with an earth sign here where we may have completed a cycle, or this person could be offering a relationship, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here. But mainly I feel like this is more about us digging our heels in, taking the proper amount of time to establish that sense of stability financially. I also see temperance, so we're focused on the long term, and we realize that as we take our time, we're able to establish that level of abundance that we desire. I also see the sign for Sagittarius. So this could be someone that wants to offer us a relationship, but I also see with the alien reversed at the bottom of that there, the alien is supposed to be the hermit. So with this reversed, we have a Virgo here that this is referring to. And we could have isolated ourselves from a Virgo or vice versa, just because there was a third party situation going on. They were really wishy-washy, they flip-flopped, and we're more focused on the long term and keeping balanced. So anybody that throws us off balance, we will be isolating ourselves, but be wary not to be too overcautious, and don't let anyone else's paranoia nor our own paranoias get in the way of our progress. I do also notice the Chariot, so we may be moving on from a Cancer, or Cancer's moving on from us. Either way, we are triumphant. So whatever it is we are trying to achieve, especially financially, we will be able to triumph. But relationship-wise, we must keep to ourselves in order to continue to feed our focus, in order for us to triumph and have success in our lives. And you know, I think I saw that Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Let's see. Yep, that Three of Wands. So your ships will come in, especially when it comes to finances. So just keep pushing forward, especially with creative pursuits and anything where you're training, you're going to school. This is all about us starting to see success in our endeavors, right? So let's go ahead and clarify the rest of these. Six of Cups. Oh, wow. Okay, we got 3 cards just flying all out. There is definitely something that is keeping us from collaborating with those around us, or vice versa. I feel like there are people here who feel like they have all the answers. They're not receptive to anyone else's perception outside of their own. You may realize that you're surrounded by certain people like this, especially from our past, where they're not really supportive. They're not really working with you. And so I definitely feel like with training, with schooling, and all of that, we will prevail, we will have success, and we will climb that financial mountain, so to speak. But relationship-wise, it's just there are certain people that we just cannot work together with because their attitude is terrible, their energy is terrible, and it could have a lot to do, again, with a fatherly figure, with that Emperor reversed, or an Aries specifically that needs to go. Especially, just hell, it could be all signs here that are mentioned that we realize this is just ridiculous. You know, this person's out of control. Again, another reference to narcissism. And remember, I did mention prior to beginning this reading that we have a new series where we're talking about people like this, people who are rigid, they're inflexible, they're very presumptuous, they think they know it all, you know, they gaslight, they are abusive, they're manipulative, they are a tyrant. Even in the workplace, we could be dealing with these type of energies where we're dealing with a manager or even someone who owns a business who is just completely out of control. They are controlling, demanding. It's just, this is not a good energy to have. And that's another reason why we may feel like we just can't collaborate with certain people. Also with the Three of Wands reversed, now this was upright earlier, but just keep in mind, it flipped again because it is our obstacle. And I feel like this has a lot more to do with third-party situations and the fact that we want to see success at a certain point in time, but it may not come at that time when we want it. It is delayed. It could cause a lot of frustration. You could be feeling frustrated with certain people here who just don't want to work together with us. They don't want to cooperate. They want to oppose and create obstacles. And, you know, there could even be some offers that's made to us where we finally decide we're not interested. We would rather move forward. We're bored of this. It's the same old, and we're ready for new things, new people, new experiences, new opportunities. So, again, more references as well to someone else's insecurities getting in the way. And I also just feel like, you know, you may be dealing with someone who is just a straight up narcissist where they have, you know, deep-rooted sense of envy and insecurity that prevents them from being able to collaborate with you. So we may take it on as though it's our fault or that maybe it's of our own doing, but keep in mind that it's not of our own doing. This person is going to be this way with or without us. And so we just need to learn that we deserve better, and that's that. If someone cannot give that to us, then they need to go. Six of Wands reversed. So we have the Five of Wands reversed. This is all about avoiding an argument with someone here because someone is all about the ego. You know, they just, again, they're not a good person. They're completely out of control, and we're staying hyper-focused on our goals. We're only focusing on our goals. So this reminds me of the merch that I have upcoming. It is going to be called Do Not Feed the Trolls, Feed Your Focus. And that is exactly what we're doing here at the end of the month. But we will be dealing with some challenges here with removing certain people that don't need to be there anymore, and challenges with, you know, building a sense of stability financially. But we will receive that. We will receive, you know, we will receive what it is that we are pursuing here. Five of Cups reversed. So we're no longer looking at what's lost. We're moving on and accepting things that we cannot change. And that's that, you know. I mean, it is what it is. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so we have the, let's see, the High Priestess reversed. High Priestess reversed. So someone is basically involving themselves with us because they have a hidden agenda here. Someone is keeping secrets. They're not being upfront. And so we need to listen to that inner voice. If we feel like somebody is shifty, somebody's attitude is shifted, I don't even care how subtle it is. Drop them. Make the decision you know you need to make. Tap into that sense of intuition and let it go, because you're not going to receive a return on your investments if you continue to deal with the same type of people who didn't return, you know, or didn't reciprocate to begin with. That Wheel of Fortune reversed pops out again. So if we continue to push forward without listening to our inner voice, then we will be blocking our blessings. It will be an end of a karmic cycle, and that's not good for us. We deserve to have our blessings flow freely to us. King of Wands. So we have the Chariot. I'm so glad this came back out again. We will be moving on. Entrepreneurs, keep doing what you're doing. It may seem like things are not manifesting as quickly as you would like them to currently, but don't fret. Just continue to do what you're doing, and you will triumph. You have control. And if you guys can see it on one of his, one of the animals here that is, you know, controlling the Chariot here, one of them has 3 arrows. Not sure if you guys can see it here. One of them has 3 arrows on its shoulder. Regardless of the shots that people take at us, it's not slowing us down. We're still moving forward full steam ahead. We're maintaining our sense of control, and that's that. The Prince of Swords, we may finally decide somebody who, you know, maybe an air sign or someone just in general who is very hot-headed. You know, they have a temper on them, and we realize that it's just best that we need to speak our piece and leave it at that. Cut it off at the knees. Come for somebody's neck, let them know they need to show respect, and then we're just leaving it behind. That's that. 3 of Swords. So we have the 7 of Swords reversed. Yep, so someone's sneakiness has been found out. And if it hasn't been found out yet in the month of March, it will be. And I feel like it has a lot to do with a Virgo because it's coming out again. That's why this person has pulled back. They've isolated themselves because they have been found out. Anybody that is being deceptive, okay, you will see. Any illegal activity will be dealt with accordingly. Any third-party situations, cheating, lying, anything like that, it will come out in the wash, period. Two of Swords reversed. You know, we may be breaking free from deception here, but we may still have a lot on our minds concerning that. And we need to find a way to meditate and to clear not just our minds, but we need to clear our energy from that. We have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, so we could have lost out on an opportunity here. We were awaiting a decision for a new job or maybe some money coming in. And there could just be something here where something didn't come to fruition like we had hoped. I also feel like the Ace of Pentacles reversed is someone dropping the ball, or you're just simply turning down a new beginning with this person. You know, there's a lot of instability right now that we're contending with, and so there's just a lot on our minds concerning all of that. But regardless of that, you know, we take our losses, but you win some and you lose some. The Nine of Wands reversed, it could have a lot to do with things that are, you know, creative projects of ours where we feel like we're trying to get some things up off of the ground and maybe they're not moving as quickly, or there could just be some people and external influences that seem to oppose us at every turn. So it seems like we just keep running into roadblock after roadblock, and it's making us feel like, you know, maybe we shouldn't keep pushing forward, but this is a test of our faith and we should keep pushing forward. Now, in reference to the relationships where we are not receiving a return on our investments, it's time to put the wands down. Stop putting time into this. You know, we could be dealing with people who are very defensive. They're very just combative, you know, and that's not good. That's not the good energy that we need to have. Now, the Hierophant, it could be a Taurus here that is creating this opposition. They may be just very defensive, or they're just creating obstacles where there need to be none. I also feel like you guys are more focused on your spirituality. For those of you focused on any organizations and receiving money from any institutions or organizations, government, things like that, you will receive money from that. It may be delayed, but we will receive money from that. We also will have actualized potential. We finally will reach our full potential. We are utilizing the resources at our disposal to manifest what it is that we need for the time being. I also see the star at the bottom of the deck here. We will establish healing for ourselves. Once we get more into our spiritual lives, we get more acquainted with that aspect of ourselves. And we focus on abiding by the rules and customs of, you know, whatever is required of us to receive the money or assistance we need from these different organizations and institutions and things like that. If it's anything legal where you guys have to speak to a lawyer, there could be somebody else on the losing end of this legal battle, and we will be receiving money from this legal battle. So I do see good things. It's just someone is trying to oppose you at every turn, and they're trying to be deceptive and manipulative about it. They're trying to be really aggressive and abusive to knock you off course, but we will not let that happen, right, Capricorns? Now, to wrap this up, King of Swords. All right, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. I like how it's reversed. So anything that has been causing us pain and anguish, anybody that has stabbed us in the back, we are removing those swords. We are removing ourselves from our mental prison. We will receive the communication that we need towards the end of the month, or even towards the center of the month. It depends on your situation, that we have received what it is that we needed. We will continue to push forward regardless of the delays, and we are not going to stay trapped in our minds about it. I also feel like this is all about us finally healing and, you know, completing the cycles for good. So we're doing what we need to do. Certain endings with certain people from our past were inevitable. So just keep in mind, regardless of whether you feel like there's something that, you know, you could have done to save the situation, just know that this is divine. All of this is divine, okay? And all of these people that are no longer in our lives is also divine. Okay, divine intervention. And you know what? That's going to be the title of this video, divine intervention. Now, the Queen of Wands reversed. Be very careful with this lack of confidence, and be very, very careful. There could be a motherly figure here who's very jealous. Their insecurities may be trying to get in the way of what you're trying to do. This could just be a woman in our lives who's like this, or us, you know, the women out there. We could be feeling this way. We could be feeling a lack of confidence because there could be certain situations where people have not treated us properly, or we were not receiving, you know, the recognition that we felt like we deserved. I also feel like this is someone who could be the other woman. So it could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who was the other woman here, where, you know, this person was just there to have sex with, you know, your partner, and now you guys have to separate. You're going through divorces, things like that, and it may have chipped away at your self-confidence. So be very wary of that. And guys, if you're focused on, you know, finally dropping the ball with certain people that don't want to work with you, they don't show you support, they don't show you love, they're really wishy-washy, you will drop the ball, right? You could be awaiting a decision here that has something to do with a job, and you could receive the communication where things are not moving forward with that position. I also feel like we need to get ourselves organized, so we need to regain a sense of balance between our home and our work life, right? So I feel like this is all about, you know, balancing work and play, balancing home and work as well, and also just, you know, having better time management, organizing our finances, organizing our businesses, and just getting ourselves together. That way we can have all of this cleared up, and it will reinforce our sense of confidence. It'll turn this queen from being upside down back to upright, and in doing so we need to take a leap of faith away from this King of Pentacles reverse, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy for sure, and definitely a fire sign for sure. I feel like where we just need to cut it off and leave it at that. Don't go back. Don't ever, you know, break no contact, especially with this narcissistic energy. If there's anybody in our family where we don't need to be going back to them, then we will decide towards the center of the month that it's just time to clear our minds, our hearts, our energy, and our spirit by taking a leap of faith and stepping outside of our comfort zone. So that is all that I have for you guys for the month of March. And once again, I want to give a big shout out to my sponsors. Thank you guys so much for believing in me and showing your support. Guys, remember, check out that narcissism series. I'll put a card here or here. You guys can check that out. If you are new to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to stay up to date on all of my content, be sure to hit that notification bell, or else YouTube will not notify you, especially when I go live. Once again, I will go live to do the daily reading. You can also get one question answered for $20 every time I go live, and I go live between the hours of 9 and 10 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so guys, be sure to check that out. If you don't get notified, don't worry, just go on my page. I will definitely be going live every single day, so you can check in that way if you don't get notified. Also, guys, be sure to leave a like and leave your comments below about your experiences and, you know, what resonated with you, and just anything that you feel like you want to say. Hell, even if you want to comment Lotus Squad, then you can do that too. Your engagements help propel these videos into the suggested and recommended, and it helps us expand the Lotus Squad. And one more thing before I sign off. To get your exclusive merch, be sure to go to teespring.com/store/Lotus Designs. You can get your very own Zodiac hoodie. We even have Lotus Squad merch, Stay Blessed Not Stressed merch as well. We have all kinds of things in the works, so go check that out, see what you like. Until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.